Yeah, this is my next session. Again, I welcome you to please listen to me. Now, I'll be teaching you civics. I am Enjoy from Bishop Westcott Boys School, Namkum Ranchi, and I am starting with civics for standard 6. What is civics? Civics teaches us how we govern ourselves. In other way around, how our country is governed democratically. We need to know how our country is governed, and that's why we study civics. Civics makes us understand the power and functions. Power and functions of 3 organs. What are the 3 organs of the government? One is legislature, executive, judiciary. This is the government 3 organs. They are legislature, executive and judiciary. They work together. No one is superior than the other, and neither is anyone inferior to the other. They work as per the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India governs the country, and everyone must respect, obey and abide by the Constitution of our country. First is legislature. These consist of lawmakers, the MLAs and MPs. They are elected by the people. They make laws. Rajya Sabha, Vidhan Sabha. MLAs, MPs, the Panchayat, the municipality all come under legislature. Second is executive. This is the government machinery. They implement the law like the DC, the SP, the DSP, the BDO, the CO. They implement the law. How perfectly it is implemented depends on the executive. So, if they make law and if they don't implement, then the law will be in paper only. So, this is the arm which implements. Now, how good the laws made are the laws just for every citizens of the country, the minorities and the weaker section of the society? Are the laws meant for the welfare of the people? What are the meaning of these laws and how correctly they are implemented without any bias towards any community? And all the fairness of these two are looked into by the judiciary. Judiciary cannot make law, mind it. The judges, the lawyers, they cannot make law. But whether the laws are implemented correctly by the executive is looked after by the judiciary. Lawmakers are here, legislatures, implementing people, and this they look to the fairness of the implementation. So, how these 3 organs together work and govern our country is the subject matter of civics. So, every citizen must have a knowledge of civics. Now, in this chapter, we are dealing with rural, local, self-government. Rural means a town or cities which have less than, say if they have more than 10 lakh population, they got municipality and they are urban. If the population less than 10 lakh, they fall under rural. Rural means gaon dehat. Rural, local. Self-government. Now, when we say self-government, I want to explain here what is self-government. That means we are governing ourselves. How that is done? Now, take the case of your class. Your monitor can be nominated, can be elected. can be appointed. Now, monitor can't be appointed because he can't be given a salary, okay, provident fund and gratuity, pension. So, the first option of appointment is gone. Second is nominated. Sometimes the class teacher may nominate, yeah, Harish, you be the monitor. Sometimes the class teacher may say, you elect your monitor. There may be 3 candidates and voting will take place in the class, and then you elect the monitor. Now, you elect the monitor and you have to obey the monitor. You can't complain against the monitor. If you complain against the monitor, don't cooperate with the monitor cannot function. If the monitor cannot function, the class teacher cannot function. Okay? Monitor is an arm of the class teacher. So, how this is democracy. When you elect a monitor, this is called democracy. In similar way, in rural area, we elect the panchayat. How Panchayati Raj is done, I will draw a picture and try to explain that to you. Here we go. So, from here, from Gram Sabha, from village level to state government. I am going to explain to you from village level to state government. So, at village level, those who are 18 years plus, those who are the genuine residents of that place, their Aadhaar card will show their correct address. Those who are the genuine residents of the village, those who have the proof, those who have the voter identity card, they form the Gram Sabha. All the people above 18, those who are not insane, they form the Gram Sabha. This is formed at the village level. They elect Gram Panchayat. Normally, the word Panchayat comes from the word Panch. Panch means 5. But not necessarily 5, it may be more than 5, also depending on the state government rules and also the area and population of the village. So, Panchayati Raj. So, Gram Panchayat is elected by the Gram Sabha. Nyay Panchayat is also elected by the Gram Sabha. Sometime Gram Panchayat also functions as Nyay Panchayat. Head of the Gram Panchayat is Pradhan. Nyay Panchayat I will discuss later on. So, this is the Gram Panchayat, head is the Pradhan, village level, and again this is also the village level. Now, if say in Namkum block, Khijri block we say, there are several villages. So, each village will have a village panchayat. And in a block there are say 70 villages, so there will be 70 Gram Panchayat, 70 Gram Pradhan. So, this 70 Gram Pradhan will come together and they will again elect say 5 people and they will form the block Samiti. So, here it is tapering, see this is broad and this is narrow, so it is tapering. The heads of the Gram Panchayat, Gram Sabha heads become Gram Panchayat, and Gram Sabha Panchayat heads, secretaries or maybe the Pradhans will come together, they will elect another small committee that will be Block Samiti. Block Samiti is also called Taluk Samiti in some states. Some states it is called Panchayat Samiti. It is done at the block level. So, now the Block Samiti is formed. Now, in a district there may be say 15 blocks. So, 15 into 5 members will be there. They will again, all Block Samiti members will come to one place. They will again have election. 3-tier system, that is why we call it 3-tier system. Panchayati Raj is a 3-tier system, local self-government in rural India. Again they will elect the Zila Parishad. But in Zila Parishad, the MLA, MP and all are members and they are elected from here, the Zila Parishad. This is done at the district level. You may draw this diagram, and above it is the state government, below it is the Gram Sabha. This is Panchayati Raj. 70% of India's people live in villages, rest only 30% live in cities. Before independence, our country was not developed. A lot of work has to be done to develop the country. When India became independent, there were neither roads, proper roads, railways, nothing. Schools, hospitals, everything has to be done. And India has recovered a lot. I will tell you, when my father came to Tata Steel, after doing his diploma in engineering, he wore a long dhoti and came. The German company said you have to wear a pant for the duty. He had to go all the way to Kolkata from Jamshedpur to get a pant stitched. That was in 1950s. But today we all wear jeans. Steps for a better life, what India had to be done. Abolishing the zamindari system. After independence, this had to be done. Abolishing the zamindari system, preparing 5-year plans, providing water for irrigation, for canals, providing better seeds, fertilizers, new implements for farming. Emphasis laid on spread of education. Primary education was made free and compulsory. Some schools, even some villages had secondary schools, night schools for adults, primary health centers, community development programs. All this were done to improve the living of the Indians. Now, importance of local self-government. Why? Why we need local self-government? Why people should be elected from the village to run the country? First of all, local people know the problems of the local area. Suppose a farmer in Tamil Nadu cannot understand the farmer who is in Jharkhand or Kashmir because of socio-economic geographical conditions. The needs are different. So, local people understand the local problem better. Local people can use locally available sources and solve the problem. The expenditure will be low. A person sitting in Delhi, ask him to make a bridge or install a tube well in your village, it is difficult for him. We need a local person. Local person can use local resources and do it. So, we see it is cheaper, justice can be done efficiently, and it also develop local leaders, and they also understand the importance of being a citizen, their rights and duties. So, we need local panchayat, local self-rule panchayat. Now, I have discussed with you the village panchayat, some of the basic requirements of living, such as what does the village panchayat do? They provide clean drinking water. What are the goals of the village panchayat? Provide